What's up, YouTube, or whoever watching you? Yes, how are you doing? Good morning, good night. Well, I can't say good night because I'll be telling you to go to bed. Good afternoon, good evening. If this is your first time seeing my face, I am lllucyd, triple L UCYD, lllucyd. Social right here. That's the Instagram. I should probably start putting up different stuff, but the other stuff should be at the bottom right there. TikTok, Threads. Don't know who'll be on there for real. He'll be following people on there for real. TikTok, Threads, Instagram, and it should be Twitch right there. Anyways, yes, I'm lllucyd. Glad to see you here. I'm sure you're here because of the conversation. And let's get to it. Not starting the video yet, but I'm gonna tell you why I chose to react to this video or to give my 2 cents on the video. I saw this, it was like, what will she say? Because I think it was like men, I think in the thumbnail, it says men who don't obsess over sports are, I don't know what she was gonna say. I was like, what will she say? I don't know if it's gonna be demeaning, if that's the way to say that, or disrespectful, or will it be like, oh, they are smart, or will it just be neutral, or they're just normal men? But I wanted to see. I don't know if she's gonna say we're C7AY or what, but yeah, I just want to see what she's gonna say. And also want to see this because, also trying to say, she might disrespect us men who don't obsess over sports. But also, I've been seeing there's been a lot of women who have been, I guess I don't want to say obsessing over sports, but being way more interested in sports than some men. Like over the weekend, which hopefully you did something for the weekend. Somebody probably gonna ridicule me because I'm sort of celebrating the 4th of July, and I also do celebrate Juneteenth too. But anyways, 4th of July came up, spending time with the family on 4th of July and stuff like that. And the women were watching soccer. The women were asking to watch boxing. Baffled me. The soccer thing I can kind of get because the person who was watching it was a person of Hispanic descent, so I get it. Their whole culture really cherishes, loves to be involved with, football. So I get it. But the boxing thing, that got me. That got me right there. They wanted to put it up on the big screen TV. It's like, wow, okay then. I don't even remember who was fighting. I dead ass don't. I didn't even watch the goddamn fight. But yeah. And it's funny because they were the only 2 people in the whole family that were actually wanted to watch something. But I think it's because it wasn't in the season of like football or basketball, which in the black community, for the most part, that's what we watch. We're starting to get into the soccer and stuff like that. A lot of people that I'm talking to, but for the most part, it's mostly football, basketball. And, both those things are over. At least I think. I know basketball just got done because the Knicks just won the finals. Football, don't quote me, I think it's over. I don't keep up with no sports, which is why we're watching this today. So, with all that being said, man, let's go and see what she's gonna say about men like me and my friends who don't obsess over sports. Hopefully I might talk to my friends off camera and stuff like that and see what they think about this and stuff like that. Maybe show them this video. But yeah. Let's go on and get into it. Let's see what this young lady has to say. Before we get into it, the person who made this video, the young lady who made this video is Official Nima or Inma or NMA. I'm sorry if I messed it up 3 times in a row. Hey man, I'm trying here. But the video, Psychology of Men Who Don't Obsess Over Sports. Now, let's get into it.
Have you ever noticed that there's some guys?
First second, I'm pausing it. I just wanted to get into it just to get you ready. But one thing I wanted to say that I listened to somebody else say, there's been a lot of like South African. I don't know if they're South African, but I feel like it's been, I just want to say African, not in no demeaning way, but there's been a lot of African YouTubers that have been really coming up and stuff like that. I'm loving to see it. It's pretty cool, but I haven't been noticing that. They've really been on here. getting into the YouTube game for real. That's all I want to say. Let's get into it for real.
There's some men that do not genuinely care about sports. Like right now, there's a particular game going on. And I don't know if it's Championship League or World Cup. Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me like the right one in the comment section. But I know that there's a particular game, that football game, that most men watch almost every single day right now, like this period of time. But there are some men that genuinely don't care about this. They're not interested in this. Who are these men and what do they stand for? Why don't they care about something that everyone do care about? We're going to find out in this video. Number one reason is that everyone's brain is different. Psychologists say that everyone has different level of reward sensitivity. That is, what brings somebody else joy might not bring somebody else joy.
True. That is the first point I'm glad she brought up. Everybody's brain is different. People got different joys. What I will say why I do not obsess over sports is because I don't want to watch niggas play. I want to play. Like basketball, I can kind of watch that, but not too much. The only reason I can watch it a little bit is because it's kind of very constant, like Marvel Rivals, comparing that to a game. It's constant dopamine. You go to the left, you go to the right, somebody can get crossed up, somebody shoot a three, go to the other side, shoot a three. That's basically what the Knicks was doing, busting fucking the Spurs' ass, just three, get into the basket. Only know that because I kind of watched that one. It's kind of exciting to see the Knicks win after fucking 53 years. Let me just change the subject for 2 seconds. She's the first person, like I was talking about the African creators, first person I've, well, I haven't really watched many, so I can't really say that. Well, in my experience, she's the first one that put music in her shit. She got a little music going on, but yeah. But also I don't obsess over sports. I'm talking too fast because I would rather play them. Football, I cannot watch for a long time. It's too many goddamn commercials. One play, they got to take 10 goddamn minutes to cook up another play until it gets to the fourth quarter. And actually, I don't even watch basketball that much because I don't watch no sports because I'd rather just wait to the fourth quarter to see who's going to win because it's a bunch of fucking back and forth the whole damn time. Also, I don't bet, so I really don't watch sports because most of the people who watch sports now, they're betting and well, for most of my life, the people who would watch sports would be the people who are betting. I don't like gambling. I don't like losing money. And I don't like losing. So that's a big reason why I don't bet and stuff like that. So including those wanting to play and not watch. Also with baseball, can't watch that shit. That's the most boring shit in the world. Soccer, I couldn't watch that. That's damn near like baseball because no one makes a fucking goal for fucking 45 minutes and then at the end, everybody has a big hoopla about this shit. It's like, and that might be the only goal for the fucking game. So, I mean, I guess I get why you would yell so goddamn hard because finally somebody made a goal. But I don't know. It's pretty boring to me to watch. For me to watch it, I would rather play it. So, I ain't gonna sound the most athletic motherfucker in the world, but I can get out there and do something in every sport. But yeah, that's how I have my joy with the sports and stuff like that. But let us hear what else you got to say.
What brings Mr. A joy might not bring Mr. B joy. So for most sports lovers, for most football lovers, what brings them joy is the competition, two teams playing against the other team. So that competition, cheering for their own team, brings them joy. When their team scores a goal, that cheering, that shouting, goal, they're so happy doing that. But for somebody else, they might not really find it fun. One of my friends was saying that he doesn't watch football because what's the need of watching 22 people chase after one ball? Like, it doesn't make sense to him. What brings somebody else joy might not bring some other person joy. So everyone's brain is different. That is the number one reason, or that is the number one psychology of men who don't care about sports. Number two is how people build their personality. Some people have that sense of identity, of belonging somewhere. According to psychology, most people enjoy being part of a group because it gives them a sense of belonging. I'm a Manchester fan, or I'm a Chelsea fan, or I'm an Arsenal fan. When they're part of a group, it's gives.
Yeah, that right there, that's another reason I can't get a support. I don't really care about identifying with these people. They're making millions of dollars and I'm rooting for them. Me, I'm like, nigga, like I said, I would rather play it. I would rather be the person who is the damn Nick instead of being like, I'm a Nick and then gotta go work my 9 to 5. No. I'm not identifying with that, buddy. I'd rather be the person out there being the Nick. That's who you're rooting for. That might sound like a little bit like arrogant or something, or selfish or narcissistic, maybe. But that's my brain. I'm sorry, I can't do that. I'm not black. I barely identify with where I'm from. Like I might say I'm from Atlanta, but it's like not really. I don't even talk like the core stereotypical Atlanta person, dead ass. So yeah, I don't do that identifying with something. I identify as me and everything. But I do get it. It's a lot of people like from Atlanta that, you know, rep Falcons. Well, half of our damn teams, they can't never just get to the damn they can get all the way to the finals and fuck it all up, or get semifinals and fuck it all up. But people do identify with teams and stuff like that too hard sometimes, where it's just like the Knicks, how they was out there raving and fucking beating up buses. Like that's just too much. I can't. I'm not raving for no team that hard or at all. And also with people identifying on another note of just the teams, a lot of people just like, you know, when they get out of high school or college and they're not playing the sport no more, they just or they never got to play or something like that. They just overly watch the sport because I feel like in their brain they still think of the time when they was playing, or they looking at it like, man, I would have did this or I would have did that. You know, sometimes like that. They just can't get out of that reminiscing and stuff like that. I feel like that'd be a lot of it. A lot of the times too, like people who've played the sport, just, you know, they love looking at the sport because the love of the game also, but it's like, just like, oh yeah, I used to be out there, and then they looking at it a certain type of way, like, yeah, that boy at 5, but this dude need to start doing this and doing that because he trash and stuff like that. You get what I'm saying? Like, and they just be taking it too far because they used to play it, but they're not on that level. So it kind of be like, what are you talking about? Especially when they be like, bro, we need to get a good point guard. You're rooting for the team, sir. I'm gonna need you to chill it out talking about let the coach and GMs do what they do.
Gives them that sense of belonging. But for some other person, they don't really see the need of belonging to a group. Some people find their own connection through music. Some people find their connection through art. Some people find their connection through technology. So they don't feel that need of belonging to a group or a fan, or being a fan of a group, as something that they should involve themselves in. Number 3, childhood also plays a very big role. Maybe if you grew up with a father that loves watching football, or he's a very big fan of watching games or watching sports. So growing up as a child, every game is being watched in your house. So when you grow up from that kind of household, when you grow up into adulthood, if you're not watching those games, you feel like you're missing out on something. But if you grow up in a house that they don't really care about the stuff, they don't care about games, they don't care about watching matches, when you grow up to be an adult, you don't feel like you're missing out on anything. Number 4, emotions is another thing.
Yeah, with that, let me see. In my house, up until I was probably like 14 maybe, we used to watch every Super Bowl almost. And then it just got to a point where it was like less and less people who was coming around. Like it just, I don't know, maybe it got too stressful or something. I don't know. But like the years just kept going down when we was watching Super Bowl and stuff like that. Because at one point, I think the last Super Bowl I watched truly was the Broncos, and I think it was the Seahawks, and they played fucking trash. I don't know if that was like 2014, 2012, or 2015, but they played so fucking trash, and that game was so unexciting. And that probably turned my family off from watching that shit again. It was just like, bruh, we're not gonna do this every year if we don't know if these niggas gonna be playing an exciting game every time. And it's just like shit like that. And so now, you know, growing up, everybody do their own thing and no one's really excited for football and stuff like that. Like if the whole house ain't really rooting for a team or like rooting for a certain sport, then people just gonna go their own ways and watch it with they people, or not watch it all, do something else in that time, because you know they got their own group. Like me, like I said, I don't watch all that stuff, so I'm gonna go with my friends and do something else, not even know about what the fucking, I might know when the Super Bowl is, but I don't know and who playing, but I don't really know like who's the best player and stuff like that, or why those teams are in that situation. Like I just learned about Jalen Brunson in the finals because I'm like, how did they get there? And they were like, this guy is the reason and stuff like that. So yeah, it'd be mostly traditions and stuff like that. And like I said, those foreign countries, they mostly got football. That's like the whole world thing. In America, it's not really that prominent because we have so many sports that we look at. But yeah, that football, very traditional in those foreign countries.
Being a football fan, especially, I'm going to use football. Being a football fan would take you on an emotional roller coaster. Today, you're very happy because your team won. Tomorrow, you're being sad or depressed, or you're even breaking stuff. There's some die-hard football fans that go as far as breaking.
I'm not gonna lie, that is what really turns me off from watching sports a lot, because of the people who watch it. They be too emotional. Like I said with the Knicks, oh my God, breaking stuff. I'm like, I don't ever want to go to a Knicks game ever if niggas gonna act like that every time they even get near the finals. No. And then, you know, people, when you want to bet or something like that, just being in an environment like a sports bar, and it's like, oh my God, why did he pass it? Why did they let him intercept it? I'm talking about let him intercept it. Like he threw an interception. Oh my God. Or in football, you know, goal, and people throwing drinks and trying to hug you. I'm like, man, don't hug me, get off me. And maybe I'm part of the opposite team, like just the emotional roller coaster. And then, like I said, with betting and stuff like that, like gambling. If I'm betting with, you know, on the game and I'm losing, I'm going to be in there. I might not even care about sports, but I might just start crying because I just, not literally, but like, you know, I'm gonna be emotional because I'm just like, oh my God, I just bet like 3 dudes $100. And like, I've seen like people not come to work because they owe some people money at work. Like, it's ridiculous. So that is also a reason that just turns me off from sports a lot of the time, boy. It just like people be doing too much.
In their TVs when their team lose. And for some people, they don't have the strength to be in that emotional highs and lows. They prefer hobbies that always bring them joy. If it's playing golf, building something, creating something.
Sorry I'm bothering so much, but one of my hobbies at first, I finally fucking kicked the itch. But Marvel Rivals, it did not bring me joy. That was almost like playing football and gambling every goddamn day. That was the where oh, the trauma. Nowadays, I barely even want to play that damn game. Like my friends have to ask me to play it. Man, today I could have played it. For the last week, I could have played the game. No. But other things like playing the game, actually enjoy. This shit got me stuttering. It's very joyful.
In creating a website, technology, or something that always gives them joy, and not something that would make them happy today and sad or angry tomorrow. And also another factor could be that there are some people that are trained to think independently, and sports is one of the most popular activity in the world. Most people are football fans, most people are baseball fans, most people are basketball fans. So if you're that kind of person that is not really controlled or not really swayed by the crowd, you would not be pressured by such things. And this video is not in any way to bash people that truly care about sports or sports fans. Just like what I said earlier in the video, at the beginning of the video, everyone's brain is different, and what brings this person pleasure might not bring the other person pleasure. Everyone should know what makes them happy and do it. You want to have a chat with me further beyond this video, maybe you're going through something, you want a one-on-one consultation, you can send a message.
She started talking about consultations. I'm not that sad. Maybe she's talking about like growing to YouTube. Anyways, last thing she said, yo, individual brain, like I cannot get too swayed. Like I remember when I was at one job, it was like, you don't watch sports? Why you don't watch sports? You don't play COD? Why you don't play COD? It was like, because it don't bring me joy every goddamn time I, you know, entertain it or get into that activity. So no, I'm not gonna play it. You're not gonna sway my brain. Yeah, especially if I don't fuck with you. Duh, I'm not gonna care about what you say. No, I'm not playing the game. I'm not watching that game. So yeah, this was good insight. This is not where I thought she was gonna go with this. Thank God she didn't start calling people, you know, C7AY and disrespecting men for no reason. It was a good video by, I'm just call her, what was her name again? Oh shit. I can't just say official NMA. Yeah, sorry if I'm messing your name up, but it was a pretty good video. Portugal. She's from Portugal? It sounds African to me. I could be wrong though. I'm sorry if I'm messing anything up. But yeah, pretty good video. Like I said, man, like she said, everybody's brain is different. So don't beat yourself up or feel weird that you don't obsess over sports as a man. Perfectly fine. Obsess over getting this bag because that's what I'm trying to do. And since I'm trying to do that, one way I'm trying to do that is by getting monetized on YouTube. So if you like the video and like the topics, consider subscribing. And also, if you want to support and help a guy get to that bag and get monetized, also consider subscribing. And last but not least, if this is your first time seeing my face, like I said, I'm lllucyd, lllucyd, and I hope you come around and click on the next video. Peace.